Greetings everyone, here I am again, and in the next tutorial, I'll demonstrate how to display a column of one entity in another entity using the Recrogrid framework. In the demo, I will continue with the example application created earlier. If you haven't seen its creation, I suggest watching the presentation titled How to Create an Application in Less than 10 Minutes Using the Recrogrid Framework first. So here is the application and the product grid. It can be seen that after generating the model, the identifiers of the link tables are displayed. This is true for both the grid and the form view. I would like to replace these with some user-friendly fields. For example, replacing category ID with category name. I'll navigate to the RGF administration page and find the product entity among the entities. On this interface, basic data related to the entity can be edited. Since there is already a reference from the category entity to the category ID, I'll modify this. I'll simply change the category ID to category name and modify its type to string. Also, let's note that the entity itself contains a category ID column, which should not be modified. I refresh the page in the browser. Then I open the column settings panel. I no longer want to see the category ID in the grid. Instead, I want to see the category name. I save this setting. Here is our new column, which can be sorted without adding any additional code. It's also accessible on the filter panel. Now I'm checking the form view, and it's visible that the name is displayed here instead of the ID, and from now on, the search filter applies to the name. And now, I'll add two simple settings to this category name column. To do this, I open the properties of the categories entity, and in the category name property, I set the title to have a space. Then I add simple CSS formatting here to make it bold. I refresh the page, and the column data is now displayed in bold, with the header also utilizing a user-friendly name. And this setting is also applied to the product since it references the same column. I add this category name column to the order details entity, which is 2 entity distances away from the original table. So here I want it to appear. I open the settings of the order details entity and add a new property. The entity base will be categories, and the column definition will be product category category name. Its type is string, accessible to everyone, and it should appear somewhere in the first column. The form type is text box, allowing filtering, but the form tab is set to 0 because it doesn't need to be displayed in the form view. I refresh the page. And the new column appears. According to this, the column is sortable as well. I can also filter by it. This setting applies to every order details grid. It should appear anywhere. The filtering and sorting functionalities are executed on the server side at the database level. This is all we could fit into this tutorial, but we'll continue with slightly more complicated matters in the next one. If you enjoyed it, check out more content on our channel and subscribe to be the first to hear about new releases. Thank you for your attention.